the paper trail. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah, yeah. Full- All right, we're gonna skip the intro. Bang bang. We're gonna jump right into first contestant. First contestant in this Mobalicious Mob Boss Boxcar Boy Gang. Um, let's bring the first contestant up. See what he has to showcase as far as his talent goes. Um, Everybody, get out your voter card, your pencil, and tell me what you think of the first contestant on. I don't know that man. I just knew him. Lego. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Will do. Will do.
Let me see. Okay.
Now, what is going on here? What is going on here is your boy Billy Ray Clinton. Billy Ray Clinton. Your boy is fumbling through some old Yakubian file drop while he's being questioned about Yakubian files and why he's in there so many times. He comes across a good looking picture. I don't know what's on the picture. Evidently, he had some some remembrance. He had some intel by the way he wanted to take a look at this picture here and what was going on with the paperwork from the Yakubian files. So let's just say it ain't looking good for Billy Ray Clinton while he's being questioned questioned on that show called I don't know the man. I just knew it. So we got Mr. Billy Ray Clinton, our first contestant on Did He Know That Man? Or did he just know him? Did he knew him? Did he just knew him? I can't even make this shit up. I'm trying not to laugh. I can't even talk straight. Because you can't make this shit up. My guy said, man, I don't know that man. I just knew him. We had a few flights together. Shit, parlay kicked it for a few years. I ain't really know him. I just knew him. You cannot make this shit up, bro. All right, Billy Ray Clinton. If you're in front of a judge or whoever the fuck you're in front of, being questioned about some illegal activity, and your name is all up and down these files, and you're on pages with your name, and then everything else on that page is redacted, and you're trying to fight for greatness right now. But right now, at the same time, you're fighting for greatness. You saw an old school picture, made you have some throwback thoughts. You had a few throwback thoughts. So yeah. I wonder what the fuck was running through your goddamn feeble-minded brain, sir. Guilty. Okay. Where's your lawyer at? Guilty, bruh. You know what? Don't even. We already know he ain't a good liar. Shall I whisper the whiskey? This is the worst, best liar you can get to ask a question and bring his wife in there with him. Embarrass her as well too. What is going not on here? Because they don't know the man. They knew the man. They just knew it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that man. I just knew him. I knew it. Yeah. A couple cocktails. Wait. A couple cocktails, maybe. A few late nights, but nothing further than that, Your Honor. For a few years consecutively. Yeah. He came by the White House a few times. Yeah, I let that motherfucker kick it. Yeah. Yeah. That was my well, he was an associate. Bill, you didn't fuck up. You are definitely a part of the malicious boxcar boy gang. There's not a doubt in my mind that that you got something to do with this, right? Right? I know you do. I mean, the telltale signs are you just being there. Your name in the documents. It's just guilty. Whatever they said, you guilty. And Hillary knew it, and they done dragged her in there with your ass. I'm sure this motherfucker is a firecracker right now. Not too sure if she bleeds the boxcar baby blood. I'm pretty sure she is fiery mad in her purple suit at your dumb ass. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember this picture right here. Yeah. Look at him. Look at him right here. Look at your boy. Billy Ray Cyrus, where is your hat with the fucking spinner on top? So I can pluck the spinners so your ass can take off. What is going on now?
What's that? Let me see. Okay.
Mr. President, we have about 5 minutes remaining in the majority's first hour.
Guilty, Your Honor. Look, I'm just speaking for him. Guilty. Please don't ask him any questions. Him looking at the paper from the Yakubian drop alone lets you know these motherfuckers in the same fraternity. If you had a if and or but about it, rewind the guilty footage if you may. I suggest you not. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next contestant in this game show of I don't know that man. I just knew him. Bang, bang. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm back here laughing, her face alone. Her face alone tells you that you motherfuckers didn't drag me in this shit. You mean to tell me that Billy Ray Cyrus didn't drag me in this shit with his dumb ass? I wonder what was the conversation in the car on the way. Who told who to shut the fuck up and don't say nothing, don't smile, don't blink? Who do you think was in control of the conversation in the car on the way to be questioned about the Yakubian vows? I got my hand raised. I don't know if y'all can see my hand raised over here. I gotta, got, I think I may know. Think I may know. Think I may know who that might be that was in control of the conversation on the way to be disposed of. You cannot make this shit up. Why? This is the best scripted play we've seen in years. Because they got everybody involved in this play. I mean, they said they've been practicing this play since the 80s. They had to build up the toys, the rockets, the firecrackers. They had to build up their arsenal of firecrackers. So that took about 30, 40, 50 years to build it up because they were all in on the play from the inception. So whether you live to see that age, I'm telling you, man, you need garlic in a steak. Because, I mean, these guys are making these 50-year plans. How do they even know that they're going to, or is somebody there as a clone to replace one of them if one of them just so happened to be? I guess they got fucking clones in the goddamn closet hanging on a hanger or some shit. Because what? How do you know if you're going to even make it to the time of the plan? Yeah. All right, so I'm just saying, I'm gonna have to say Purple Suit got it. Purple Suit, Purple Suit got this one. I gotta say, yeah, yeah. I tell you who's in control of that conversation on the ride there. Bitch, if you say anything, if you say anything wrong, but again, you gotta look at it like, okay, they're being questioned by the same people that's a part that's a part of everything else. Now, most of the people in government ain't a part of it, but that is some proof that you got to come with to say that some of these people are normal and don't have the same setup or preference of living like Purple Suit and Billy Ray. So let's see what the wife of contestant number one has to say about the Yakubian drop. I'm pretty sure she is fired up. Just happened to drive in the car with Billy Ray on the other end, because his ass is looking at the old school drop from the Yakubian files like, yeah, I remember her. The lawyer like, Billy Ray, that girl is 12. Well, damn, I didn't even know. Billy Ray is a motherfucking sideshow, bro. This dude is funny as hell. All right, let's keep the goddamn show trucking.
So I don't know how many times you have to say the same thing over and over and over again. And I just am this, but no, I had never have been.
And based off that response, that would include you've never been to Mr. Epstein's Manhattan townhome,
I have not.
his New Mexico ranch,
No, I have not.
his Palm Beach residence,
No, I have not.
his Paris apartment.
Didn't know he had one. Haven't been there. You know, I also find it very interesting because I went back and looked at the transcripts of all of your You know, I also find it very interesting because I went back and looked at the transcripts of all of your other depositions, and none of the Republicans asked a single question to any witness about Jeffrey Epstein, or any question that would help provide answers for his victims to any of the people you deposed. In fact, the only questions that were asked by the chairman to Attorney General Barr. And what were they about? They weren't about Jeffrey Epstein. They weren't about Ghislaine Maxwell. They weren't about victims and survivors. They were General Barr. I may jump in for a couple of questions. Were you aware of the involvement of Hillary Clinton and the Clinton campaign in the Russian collusion investigation involving President Trump?
A deposition of Ms. Clinton.
So the fiery contestant number two here is already striking off with a fire. You bitches have had me in here for 8 hours. And you ask me one more question, I'm gonna flip the goddamn table over. I done told Billy Ray about fucking up and putting me in this goddamn squared circle with his stupid ass. Hey, look at here. The fiery one said, let me ask y'all some questions. Let me depose you bitches. Now, look, as I flip through these pages, I can see here that you bitches didn't ask nobody nothing really. So why you call me up in this motherfucker to answer anything? Huh? I told you motherfuckers I ain't been to his house. I don't even know if the motherfucker got a car. I ain't even know he had a house. We see who was in control of the conversation on the way on the way to their destination, huh? It damn sure wasn't Billy Ray. Everybody would be in trouble. Hey, and then Hillary said, I'm gonna need somebody to send a text in right now. Get me the fuck up out of here. So her sidekick, who's supposed to be her nemesis, sends a picture via Twitter out to everybody. Just a picture of her being questioned. No words, just her being questioned. Stop the whole show. Look at here. Purple suit wearer, fiery wife, contestant number 2 of I Told You Bitches. I don't know that man. I just knew him. Don't ask me another motherfucking question.
The Russian collusion investigation involving President
This is a
Trump.
deposition of Ms. Clinton.
Well, I'm just saying, you have kept me here for hours asking the same questions over and over again. I've given the same answers over and over again. Not a single Republican at any of your depositions has asked a question about Epstein or Maxwell. And it does seem to me that if the members were truly interested in getting to the truth, you would have asked Barr, Acosta, Wexner, you didn't even show up at.
Secretary, I believe we are very close to finishing.
Madam Secretary, did Jeffrey Epstein ever request any meetings with your State Department officials?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did
That's
Ms.
been asked in Nancy Council. She said she's never talked to him. She said that repeatedly.
Well, I guess they have to hear it over and over again for it to,
But I think you can rely on your.
yeah, whatever.
Did Ms. Maxwell ever request any meetings between you and your State Department officials?
Not that I'm aware of.
Are you aware of any communication between your State Department staff and Mr. Epstein or Ms. Maxwell?
I am not.
Do you?
Yeah, that's third and final round. Right. This is my third and final round. That's
that's
it for
good.
me, okay?
Mhm.
That should make you happy. You stated earlier it was false that Secret Service was dropped from some flights of President Clinton and Epstein, correct?
No, she did not say that.
Okay. Who said that was
So let the
false?
record reflect.
Okay.
So just for clarification,
Mhm.
her husband has never signed off of Secret Service. That means anytime he is traveling or anytime he has gone anywhere, he has not signed off from Secret Service coverage, which means the Secret Service was with him.
Okay, did you know the Secret Service was FOIA'd by FoxNews.com in 2016 asking for this information and Secret Service refused to provide it? I have a document here, which we can provide
Is
to
the
you.
question that because they refused to provide it?
Information to the press about flight logs because on a 5-leg trip to Asia in 2016, it says from May 22nd to May 25th, and not a single Secret Service agent is listed on the flight logs. And every other flight that he was on, they were listed on the flight logs. I had
So
this.
is your
printed out.
question for the
This is an
Secret
exhibit.
Service or is your question for the Secretary?
Well, I believe it was stated earlier that it was false. I'm clarifying that
No,
public
what was stated is
reports.
false. Can we just make sure, can you read back for the record so that you are actually stating the actual
Okay,
fact?
I had stated earlier this afternoon while we're burning time, I suppose, with the last final 10 minutes of this. It was about the Secret Service not traveling with Clinton. I asked a question about whether or not they traveled with President Clinton at all times. And when I stated that they did not, I heard false. We can get the transcript tomorrow. But this is a Fox News report that you all now have where it states that the Secret Service did not fly with President Clinton on all flight legs with him. So I wanted to clarify the record.
To be clarified, to clarify this, that the Secret Service are
They
lying.
weren't on the flight logs on a 5-leg trip to Asia in 2002.
I
Just
believe the
clarify the question
representative
then.
asks the secretary, not for your testimony, Ms.
I'm not
Mills.
seeking to testify. I'm seeking to clarify that she is representing what the Secretary said and that she's not representing it accurately.
Okay, we can quibble over something else then. Earlier, and I don't know if did this get printed off earlier? This 8-page interview with the victim, 135011144.
This article will be majority 18.
Okay, so I have exhibit from majority 19. I don't know if this got printed off. This is, will be a document that I would like to enter as exhibit for majority, I guess, what number are we on?
One
19. It is with victim 3501.144, and the document would be -032. I asked for it to be printed off earlier, but I know that we've had issues with printing.
Can we go off the record for just a moment.
Yes.
Uh,
Go off the rest.
We will go back on the record.
All right. All right, so this will be the majority exhibit number 19. And you have not reviewed this document. Have you seen this document before?
I've never seen the document before.
This is the first time you're ever seeing this document. Earlier today, in my second round, I was asking questions, and I made mention that about Bill Clinton, President Clinton's visits to Epstein Island, and that a possible cover-up about those visits. And I was called a liar, I believe, by somebody on the other side of this table. And so I told you
I don't think I did that. Do
that
you?
I would provide this document and go over it with you. This is an interview by the FBI of an Epstein victim. It is 3501.144-032. And on page 8, which I'll give back to you, or I can read it to you. I'll give it this back. If you can read the last
You can read,
sentence.
Would you please read?
I'm not interested in reading something. I have no idea what it is. If you want to read it, go right ahead.
Okay, I'll read it. I was called a liar over this. So this particular victim stated on the record in an interview with the FBI, Epstein wanted blank, the name of victim number 1, to say that blank, victim number 2, was a liar and that President Bill Clinton was never on Epstein Island. So I stated earlier for the record that Epstein directed victims to lie about your husband's visits to Epstein Island. I was called a liar. This is the
Excuse me, you were
document.
called, that is not accurate. The record will reflect, and the court reporter can read it back with respect to whether or not President Clinton had ever been on Epstein Island. If somebody had represented that, that would not be
So
accurate.
I said that
There was nobody
Jeffrey
who made a
Epstein
statement
directed
about you.
that Jeffrey Epstein directed this victim to state a lie about Bill Clinton never visiting the island. Now on page 7, for the record, which I know you've never seen, there's a fully redacted paragraph, and that fully redacted paragraph in the unredacted files of the DOJ reveal that President Clinton, it redacts his name, and it also discusses notepads that the victim wrote down in phone calls with Jeffrey Epstein because she was told to lie about another victim and lie about Bill Clinton's visits to Epstein Island. I don't know why this information is redacted. And also the attachments in this file, by the way, there were notes. You cannot see those at the DOJ. They are still redacted, which is the reason we're here today. We want to get to the bottom of this and get the truth. My next question is,
Excuse me, was there a question?
I'm making a statement. I want to know if she's ever seen this document before, and she was aware. I was called a liar earlier. This victim was told by Jeffrey Epstein to lie about Bill Clinton's
She answered
visits
that
to.
question.
Okay. I just was answering the question for the attorney. I have majority exhibit number 20 that I would like to enter into the record. And this is page 88 of a federal case between Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell. On page 88,
Would you hold 1 second?
mhm.
Oh, that's different.
That's gonna be 20?
Yes, sir.
Would you hold for 1 second, please?
No, this is something else coming here. That's 20, I think.
that's 20, right? He has in his hand 20. You're in your hand is
The other redacted page that we handed out was
the cover page.
a printout we got from the other document to hand to you guys, the exhibit 19 she was talking about earlier.
So we should be looking at exhibit 8 right now. Is that right?
Correct.
And not anything related to the other
For
document.
the record, it is labeled Exhibit 20 but the actual document states Exhibit 8 on the front. That is
That was just the cover page. I had
Yeah.
printed off just because these documents are hundreds of pages. I'm not an attorney.
No, forgot.
And just to be clear, it's a single page as some exhibit to a court filing. And
That's hundreds of pages long.
There are 2 pages.
could you please represent for the record what court filing this is and what the title of the document is?
This would be the Virginia Giuffre v. Maxwell federal lawsuit. It's case 115 CB 07433-LAP filed on the 1st of January 2024, and it's page 88 of that
What's the
documentation.
title of the filing?
It's the lawsuit.
Well, there are many.
I don't have
pages
the
in a
cover
lawsuit. Is it
page. I don't have the
complete?
cover
Is it
page
discovery?
for-
Is it
in
interrogatory?
that document.
You don't know what this is? Okay.
Can we take a minute to read this, please? Thanks.
It's the first shaded paragraph I'm going to ask about.
For the record, Counselor.
Yes.
And Counselor,
be cognizant.
the document is a case in the Southern United States District Court for the Southern District of New York in Virginia Giuffre v. Ghislaine Maxwell. And I believe the Congresswoman has already stated the case number that is listed at the top of the document.
Got
Thank
that.
you
I
for
was
that.
just asking what pleading it was. Is it the complaint? Is it discovery? I
This
don't
would-
think that the title of the document.
This would be the defendant submission regarding search terms and notice of compliance with court order concerning forensic examination of devices.
Have you guys noticed how her hair doesn't move, not even a little bit? You know how most women have to move their hair back out of their eyes when you're holding your head down so much, reading something? You have to put your hair back behind your ears as a woman, is what that's just some common move that they're gonna do. Her hair ain't moving. Um, Miss Fiery Wife, why ain't your hair moving? Purple suit wearer. Hey, let me find out you got on one of them CIA masks and you ain't who you are either. Or that's just a damn good hairspray you got on your goddamn head. But your hair ain't, not one hair has. Somebody turn the fan on. What in the hell is? Boy, you can't make this shit up. You don't. You you just now, player, ain't nothing right. Nothing. I look, ain't nothing right. And I ain't letting nothing slide.
Take those plane trips with them. And you have a right to ask those questions. So I'm glad to be here and I understand what the oath is.
Off rip. Bill. Bill said, "Man, I'm so glad y'all called me. I couldn't wait to come. I can't wait to get up here. I couldn't even sleep last night. I'm sure. Uh, uh, ask my wife, or whoever the fuck she is. Man, shoot, I ain't slept in 2 days. I thought y'all was gonna call us last week. I've been, man, man, man. Man. I hope y'all doing good today. What y'all got for me, man? Hit me with it. Hit me with it.
I do think you should be talking to me. I think you should have called me. I did take those plane trips with them. And you have a right to ask those questions. So I'm glad to be here and I understand what the oath is. I have to be honest with you. You know, I'll be 80 years old if I live to my next birthday. I don't remember everything that happened 24 years ago, but I do remember some things. And I will tell you what I remember as best I can.
She's been described on being on a 2002 Africa trip and providing massages. Was she or any other young female on that trip underage at that time?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did you ever receive a massage or have physical contact from her or anyone else on that trip?
You've seen the pictures. There was one time when I was sitting up and I got a back rub, a neck rub.
Okay.
And I think Shantae did it, but I'm not sure. I wish Shantae had told me. I liked her.
Mhm.
But I didn't think it was anything unusual.
Now I told you guilty. Why? You know what? The lawyer's like, bruh, we ain't gonna get another case. Bruh, the other lawyer is kicking the other lawyer underneath the table, but by mistake on purpose, she kicked Bill. That your silly ass up, boy. Wait. He needs a liaison. Nobody's even really asked you a real question yet. Man. And 80 ain't old, sir. Yeah. I'm turning 1080 tomorrow. Let me shake a little bit while I'm at it. I'm about to turn 57,000 years old in about 2 weeks. Plan on having a bucket naked party with a bunch of broads. What was your question again? Yeah. Where them pictures at, by the way? I ain't seen these people in years. I wonder what they look like now. Where that picture at? Boy, Guilty. Have you ever seen Guilty's face before? It's his. I'm gonna tell you everything. I square full chicken and gravy.
Sitting up and I got a back rub, a neck rub. You've seen the pictures. There was one time when I was sitting up and I got a back rub, a neck rub.
Okay.
And I think
Age at that time.
not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did you ever receive a massage or have physical contact from her or anyone else on that trip?
You've seen the pictures. There was one time when I was sitting up and I got a back rub, a neck rub.
Okay.
And I think Shantae did it, but I'm not sure. I wish Shantae had told me. I liked her.
Mhm.
But I didn't think it was anything unusual. I can't tell you how many airplanes I've been on where rich people asked me to go and they had someone offering massage. You know, all these boats that you go on and all that, they all do that.
Did you ever visit Epstein's Little St. James Island?
No,
We have Virginia Guffrey, who has testified seeing you on the island with two young girls. Did this occur at all? Okay. Why do you think she would have made that claim?
Objection, speculation. You can't possibly.
Have you ever met her or any other Epstein associated underage girl?
not to my knowledge.
In Epstein's 2016 deposition unsealed in the DOJ files, he refused to answer if you were accompanied by two young women who were approximately 18 years old on the island. Were any such women potentially underage with you? I know you've stated that you were not there, but did you have any interaction with the said
Objection to
individuals.
the foundation of the question. He's already stated he was not on the island. You're now asking about a claim of the Fifth Amendment by Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay. Is it possible, and in your opinion, that you and or your wife were targeted as a means of an intelligence gathering operation
Object to the
by
form of the
Jeffrey Epstein and
question.
Ghislaine Maxwell?
Object to the form of the question. No objection to if he knows that they were targeted.
I believe that's what she asked.
No, she said, is
Is
it
it
possible? So she's asking him to
It-
speculate instead of asking him, does
Do
he
you
know?
do you know if you were targeted at any point?
I don't, but
Okay.
I don't. I'd sort of be surprised, but I'm not. I don't know.
Mr. President, before we left off, I asked you to characterize your relationship with Mr. Epstein. I asked you if you considered him to be a friend. You said you did not. Is that right?
I said we were friendly and we had a cordial relations, but I didn't know him well enough because we had almost no contact beyond what I described.
At this time, I'd like to introduce what will be marked as Majority Exhibit 13. And this is Bates marked House Oversight 000126. And while it's being passed out, this is a letter from a book of letters, which
Yeah,
was
it's his
compiled
50th birthday.
Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday.
Questions?
Mr. President, do you recognize
I
this
do.
letter? And for the record, does this appear to be your handwriting and
It
signature?
is.
And why did you write this letter?
Why did I? Because I was requested to contribute a nice letter for his birthday book.
And who asked you to write the letter?
I don't remember.
Would Miss Maxwell have
I
asked
don't
you?
know. I think someone on my staff asked me.
Now, there's a word that our committee has not been able to identify, and in our defense, the Wall Street Journal has not been able to identify.
Imagine being on his staff.
Can you please read the letter for the record?
Yes. It's reassuring, isn't it? To have lasted so long across all the years of learning and knowing, adventures and errors, and still to have your childlike curiosity, the drive to make a difference, and the solace of friends. Not a bad letter.
And because we haven't been able to identify that word until now, what did you?
Which
mean?
word was it that you could not?
Solace, you couldn't,
No, errors.
errors. What
Were
did
you
I
refer-
mean? Anybody who's lived 50 years and done anything has made mistakes as well as progress and done things.
But for the record, you weren't referring to errors in judgment that Mr. Epstein had related to his inappropriate activities involving young.
Absolutely not. I knew nothing about that.
We have, as you know, in the files that were released, there were several photos included you, and we have an exhibit here. That's just one of the photos, and Exhibit K, Minority Exhibit K.
Yep.
And we'll have that passed around. And what we're trying to get at is some context for the public on whether you remember this photo and any details you may be able to provide us about it. So do you recall the details of this photo or recall the photo being taken?
No, I don't think I ever knew the photo was taken.
Okay, and for those who can't see it, it's a photo of you in a hot tub. There's a person next to you here. Do you remember where it was taken? Where was it taken?
I'm almost sure that this taken, I think there's an adjacent photograph, which you probably have. That if people saw it, they would feel that someone was trying to con them showing this picture. But anyway, this picture was taken in Brunei. Let me see. Okay.
Mr. President, we have about 5 minutes remaining in the majority's first hour.